Hey guys, Ben Taylor here with Raw Motivations. I wanted to come on and ask you a couple questions. How connected did you feel to your narcissist? Was your narcissist or that toxic person your soulmate? Or the person you felt like you had a strong bond with? You had a strong connection? That you developed this deep desire to stay connected, to be with, to interact, all these type of things. But like ultimately when you think about your life without them, when you think about the next step in your life, when you think about a new relationship or something different, you might be like, but I miss that because we were just so connected. Like we just got each other. Like the relationship seemed to be perfect at times. And at the beginning, it seemed like we were identical, like we matched up in so many areas. My soulmate, my twin flame, like everything seemed to be like just what it was supposed to be. Did you ever have that? Was that something that you've struggled with or that you struggle with currently? What does that look like in your mind? Like, how does that play out? If you're new here, my name is Ben Taylor. I run Raw Motivations, and I'm on here on this platform and on several others as a self-aware narcissist. As a narcissist that's in therapy, that's in counseling, that's working on myself because I know all the shit that's inside. And I'm working on it on a week-to-week, on a day-to-day basis, on a moment-to-moment, trying to work to grow and change and get better. And I currently do that by going to therapy every week. I also meet with people every single week. People that are in narcissistic abusive relationships, the same type of things that I've put my own family through. And now I'm able to kind of step back and be like, hey, this is what's going on. I'm able to help people find closure, help people understand like, hey, this is what's actually happening in the relationship. Or hey, you need to leave because it's not healthy or it's not safe. A year ago, I'd have no clue that I'd be doing this kind of stuff. But there's been a lot of changes. It's been a lot of lies that I started to understand, a lot of lies that I started to get through and understand like, hey, these are things that completely put me down another path. And a lot of times we believe different lies in every aspect. But probably one of the biggest lies that gets sold to many people out there is the lie that the narcissist, the toxic person, the sociopath, the psychopath, the lies that they sell you about the relationship. And those are lies that hook you at the beginning, that keep you entertained, that keep you engaged, that keep you drawn in to another person until it's time for them to start pushing you away. Those lies and the thoughts that come about them build you up on that pedestal that happens over the first 2 weeks, the first month, the first year, up until maybe marriage or engagement or a big event in their lives, and all of a sudden that's gone. And you're always looking to, how do I get back up on that? How do I get to the place where they praise me, where they love me, where I feel connected? Because a lot of times people say, like, as they're getting out of the relationship or they've just left and they want to go back, and it's that thought, that trauma bond of hope, that trauma bond of connection. And people bring that up time and time again where they're like, I just felt so connected. Like it felt like we were like perfect for each other. Like we were so similar. We were like twin flames. We were soulmates. All this type of stuff. Like I've never met someone like that before. The problem is the narcissist, the toxic person was never that person before. They changed. They adapted. They became different to meet the standards that they saw you set. They became different in order to connect on a whole different level that would make you think this person is the same as me. This person is going the same direction. This person has the same desires or values or insecurities, whatever it might be. But this person seems so similar, like we just seem perfect together. That people have these thoughts and these mindsets that run through their head. They're like, I just don't think I can find that with someone else. Like, I don't think I can find someone that I was that connected with, that I was that engaged with, that I was that in love with. And so they start to think back to the narcissist, to that abusive relationship, and they start to romanticize it and think, wow, that connection was the best thing ever. You see, the thing is, if you start a relationship with a sociopath, with a psychopath, with a toxic person, with a narcissist, if you start a relationship with them, You're starting a relationship oftentimes with someone who doesn't have personality, that doesn't have likes and desires, that doesn't have an emotional response to, hey, I love doing this, or hey, I don't love doing this. They just exist around everyone else. It's almost like being like a shell of a person, and you take attributes from other different people to try to put together a whole person, to try to put together something that looks good. And over a period of time, they sit down and they act like great listeners, and they start to talk to you, and you start to say, this is what I want in a partner. Like, this is how my ex were, so they know, hey, I need to be the opposite of that. And they start to tell all these different things, and all of a sudden that connection seems to be there. Music likes that you never thought you'd find someone who listens to that music, or movies that you all enjoy together, or places to visit that you all have always wanted to go there. And you start to think, like, this is too good to be true. Like, I just can't believe it. I'm the luckiest person in the world to meet somebody like this, to meet someone that I connect with so well. The thing is, the connection that you're feeling, the connection that's happening in those moments is a fake connection. It's not a connection that was there because that person was that way beforehand. That person changed, adapted to the situation to try to be the best version to catch you, the best version to keep you stuck, the best version to keep you stuck in that relationship, while saying the whole time, like, we're so much alike. Like, I want to do the same thing. I want to go here. I want to watch this. I want to listen to this. Let's go do this activity. Like, everything seems to be matching up so much. It just seems like we're so connected. One of the hardest things for people to realize and come to terms with, whether they've been with a toxic person, sociopath, narcissist, psychopath, anything like that, is to come to terms and come with the idea of understanding, hey, there's a lot of aspects that this person didn't demonstrate that before or after the relationship. Sometimes you hear them called out. Sometimes by friends. Sometimes by family. Where family comes over, their parents come over, and they're like, wait a second, like, that's different. Like, you've never done that before. Or, wait a second, like, I never knew you like that. And you start to see, like, little snippets of, like, wait a second, like, not everything matches up. Not everything actually seems to be transparent with friends, with family, to actually say, hey, this person who I'm believing to be is actually that same person. The thing is, as people get involved in relationships and they think, wow, we are so much alike, and they like what they see, they like what's mirrored back at them, they like that feeling to be connected with someone that is like them, that they'll start sacrificing all the other moments to acknowledge and identify red flags, warning signs that say, hey, this isn't real. Warning signs that say, hey, you might like this, but this person is going to hurt you, or abuse you, or take advantage of you, or devalue you. Sometimes that's in how they talk. Sometimes that's in them referring back to their exes. Sometimes that's in referring to other things that have happened in their lives, and you start to think, like, wait, that doesn't sound healthy. That doesn't sound like a good relationship. That doesn't sound like something, but wait a second, we're so connected. Let me ask you today, are you looking back at your relationship with that narcissist, with a toxic person, and are you saying, like, wow, that connection was so amazing? You're not going to find somebody that's identical to you. You're not going to find someone that mimics you or shows so much back to you than you will in a narcissist or a sociopath or a psychopath or just a toxic person. Because at the end of the day, that reality that they're experiencing, that reality they're portraying is just a mask. And they put on that mask to be able to be the person that you think you want in your life. And as they become that person, you get tied to them, you get connected to them, and then they can start pulling back, and then they start making you think that it's your fault, that you're the crazy one, that you're the person that changed, when in reality, they never were that person. But you latched on the idea that they would, or they could, or they had the potential to be. And that's what's detrimental. Are you in a relationship like this? Are you getting out of a relationship like this where you feel like, hey, we are so connected and I just don't understand why they're so toxic, they're so abusive, but I want to go back, but I need to go back because we just bond so well. If that's you and you're not sure what to do, you're probably believing a story. Something that's underlying and permeating your thoughts and your existence, that's keeping you sidetracked, that's keeping you going down the road that you know is not full of truth, but instead is full of fiction. If you want help in breaking out of that, breaking out of the trauma bond, breaking through that mental fog, then I'd love to be able to talk to you. There's a link down below in the bio for you to schedule time with me where we could talk one-on-one. I do coaching where I help people out of the trauma bond, through limbo land, breaking out of the addiction of the narcissist, and into clarity, healing, growth, and change as they continue on in their life, in their business, and their values. And it's really amazing to see. If that's you and you're interested, grab a time and let's talk. If you don't follow on other platforms, you've got Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, obviously, TikTok, all these different platforms. They get released with small nuggets of truths each day that you can go through and you can listen. You can remember, hey, this is what happened to me. This is what I need to remember. This is how I need to grow. This is how I need to change. That's why I'm here.